This is Sybert signing into Red Alert 3 on the map Infinity Isle. On the left, as the Purple Soviets, this is DDF. On the right, as the Orange Allies, this is Happy. Someone emailed me this replay. It was neither Happy nor DDF. It was someone else, and they were like, hey, here is a sick game from 2017 that you missed. So yes, this is an older game. It is not recent. And on top of that, I had to reinstall the 1.12.5 maps. And I'm not sure that it happened correctly, so I guess if this video ever goes up, then it did happen correctly. But I also may have to bail out of this game because it may desync in the middle somewhere. We will find out. Who knows? Soviets versus Allies on Infinity Isle, double refinery, then War Factory, but double refinery for Happy as well. So it's not a fast airfield. I know a lot of people don't like playing against fast airfield in general, but especially on Infinity Isle. This engineer is delayed like it's a fast airfield. Check out that timing difference. Oh, Happy. He makes mistakes like all of us. He is not invincible. This is like something that I do, where I forget to run my engineer into the actual oil derrick. Happy doing a little sweep over, moving his MCV to the high ground as well, and still positioned close enough to get the refinery down, but also positioned far enough that he can place turrets, I think, about here. I think that's about the limit for where he can place turrets now that he's on the high ground there. So, yeah, he should be able to, yeah, somewhere over here. Yeah, that's about the correct range. First three bullfrogs are out, refineries coming out. Very passive opening for both of these guys. Even with the barracks, they both produced a couple of infantry. DDF definitely more infantry than Happy, but other than that, these guys have just been playing it pretty calm, playing it pretty easy. Super reactor here in kind of a northern position, easier for DDF to defend rather than putting it way out on the extremities where it might, you know, not damage the war factory if it goes down, but it'll be much more difficult to protect way out there on the outer rim, if you will. Refineries are down, and it looks like for now no one's harvesters got bugged. Tier 2 is up for both players, Super Reactor finishing up. And I don't know what Happy's deal is. He is playing so non-aggressive in this match. His first freeze with the cryocopter is going to be a bear, which is interesting enough. And he does, DDF rather, does load up a couple of bears into his bullfrogs to save them from the cryocopters. Two cryocopters now out on the field. That's going to give Happy a tremendous advantage in any engagement if these go unchecked. Airfield is on the way. That is the exact sort of thing that I would be looking for from DDF. He's going to need some MiGs out on the field. Now, it is going to be 3 cryocopters and 2 Vindicators at the current moment. A lot of players will go 3 Apollos and 1 Vindicator with the cryocopters, and then they just use the bomb splitting and the cryocopters to make as much work as they can. No, the second Vindicator does manage to escape. All 3 bullfrogs get shrunk down, and it looks like a 4th one ended up going down. Peacekeepers stepping forward. The cryocopters are going to give them a huge advantage in this engagement. All of the bears get frozen. Perfect control there by Happy. He eliminates the bears with the cryocopters because his peacekeepers can deal with the conscripts no problem. Great decision making there by Happy. Pretty much a perfect engagement. Shrinks down the MCV as well so it can't crush. And that was like a perfect cost-effective kind of engagement of you're going to do a little bit of damage, not a huge amount of damage, but you're going to lose basically nothing. And you're going to completely cut the balls off the Soviet attack and just hold them in your hand so that you can crush them. Like, that was nothing! There was nothing that DDF could have done there. Of course, now MiGs are out. His bullfrogs are in higher numbers, so they can't all be shrunk down at one time. Things are a little bit different now, and he maybe even could have dived. If he would got a kill on that cryocopter, it would have been worth diving on. Sacrifice the MiG for the cryocopter in that case. You've already killed one cryocopter, get the second one. In this case, the cryocopter's still not getting any repairs. Happy, a little bit of a mistake there that he's not healing up that cryocopter, and MiG could easily take it out. But now that the bullfrogs are above the numbers of cryocopters, so you can't shrink all of them down, and there are MiGs, the equation totally changes. So that attack from Happy was kind of a one-time deal. Fourth refinery up and running, but same thing almost from Happy. He has to kill the bear to open up the command post to allow him to build there. Hammer tank a little bit low on health, and of course you do see players tend to leech with their hammer tanks. Yeah, a building or something like that. Laser painting going to be going down. Cryocopter going to be shrinking 2 of those hammer tanks, and this is most of the ground forces of DDF. Okay, the MCV and the 2 additional hammer tanks do give a lot of extra power to this build, to this attack. 1 and 2 multi-gunner turrets do go down, so any twin blades that exist will now have complete free reign in this battle. The last 2 Guardian tanks are trapped, and they're just going to be going down. He was trying to go for the kill on the ore collector. He was trying to do what he can, but he will not be able to do any real damage. Nice catch on that ore collector over there, and now he's going to start attacking the refinery as well. One last Guardian tank shows up, but this guy is not going to be able to do anything against 6 hammer tanks. Could even leech his gun away from him and get a little bit of healing back at the last second there, but he won't be able to. More Peacekeepers show up. 2 of them do get crushed. 2 of them do survive. Walls getting reestablished, but they have done a good chunk of damage to that refinery. Cryocopters show up just for the shrink, and yeah, these hammer tanks are going to destroy that building. A lot of times you will see players destroy that building before the allies ever have a chance to take it, just to stop your opponent from capturing that building. When this map was designed, I don't know whoever designed this map, if they intended that building to be grabbed by your opponents as much as it is. I think they assumed it would be used in a defensive way and would be kind of a benefit to help with the anti-air situation. But instead you see it used much more by the other player in this map. 1 cryocopter goes down, trades out for 1 harvester. Of course, the cryocopter costs more, but the harvester is more valuable on the income collection, and this has totally set back DDF's income to those 3 refineries while he's trying to establish his 5th refinery. Looks like a power plant was potentially called down upon, and it looks like Happy sold that power plant before it went down. Riptide on the south side, probably full of Javelin troopers. I assume he's got something going on there. Twin blades are really the missing piece that we have here. There's no twin blades, which means the forces are always slow to respond. Okay, that was maybe the worst harassment of all time. This Vindicator will survive in the north. It went on a bombing run. This is a much more competent harassment, and that's the situation where twin blades would be great. 3 twin blades, 4 twin blades. Yeah, it's kind of expensive to get them out, but you've got those 5 refineries. You can probably afford it, assuming that they're all back up and running. Yeah, okay, they are all back up and running. But that's the missing piece that twin blades do provide, that versatility in being able to respond to ground attacks. MiGs, bullfrogs, they can mostly handle the air stuff, but bullfrogs stopping this harassment, especially out on the water where your twin blades or where your hammer tanks do absolutely nothing. That is where twin blades, excuse me, are an important piece of the puzzle. This one Riptide, he's going back out. He's got a cryo follow-up for him. And this Twin Blade going to be using the force-to-ground command. Looks like the Apollo will manage to escape for now. The Riptide barely does go down, and he may have to... No, my gosh, he doesn't go down. Guarded by that Apollo. And the Apollo is skirting on the edge of that flak cannon's range. That was just dancing with death all the way around. That Apollo needs to get some repairs for sure. DDF keeping Happy from going up to that 5th refinery, or 4th refinery rather. He also doesn't have this one. 4th refinery is an important step. MiG's going to be showing up and dealing with the Apollos, but Riptide's going to be trying to deal with this refinery directly. They were targeting the flak cannon a little bit there. And the refinery does go down. Unfortunately for DDF, he will not be able to save that. Loses the Twin Blade on top of it. Both of these guys are up to Tier 3. You guys saw the Battle Lab earlier in this game. V4s and Athena Cannons going to be the name of the game. Probably won't see Kirovs. Probably won't see Sentry Bombers. But we might. You never know. Oh my gosh. The mistime. The mistime. Most often, we only see the Cryocopters get the complete freeze and the Harvester get the kill. But unfortunately for Happy, his timing was just off. Just off. So that the Riptide did, or the Vindicator did not get the kill. Riptide's all gaining up, all coming together to attack this refinery. Would even be worth dropping a Tesla coil out here, although he does have the Akula subs, which are going to significantly help in this defense. The Akula sub gets 2 kills before the Cryocopter manages to step in and shrink him down. 4 MiGs are on standby, but only 1 Twin Blade, and this is a case where having multiple Twin Blades would actually be great benefit. It's going to be Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts not necessarily great at hitting fast-moving targets like Riptides, but good at killing buildings, which of course move dramatically slower than Riptides. And the shrink down, the shrink ray from that Cryocopter is actually going to be kind of benefiting this Dreadnought in the fact that he can run away. He didn't do a great job of completely running away, but he did run away a little bit there. Athena Cannon's Mirage Tank's going to be stepping forward. Satellite's going to be called down upon them. And Happy does realize at the last moment, but it's already split the army. He's going for the Cryo kill, and he doesn't get it. He gets 2 shots off, but it's not enough to actually kill the Hammer Tanks. And that Cryo Blast was completely wasted there, as the Hammer Tanks will all come out of the freeze. 1 Bullfrog will go down to the Athena Cannons before the Hammer Tanks show up to try and deal with this army. Mirage Tanks will cut through Hammer Tanks so quickly, but the combo of Twin Blades may be able to deal with them. Dreadnought out on the water, not actually doing anything, could be killing that refinery. Not quite going to be going down just yet. MCV forced to pull back from the front lines. You kill my refinery, I'll kill yours. Unfortunately, 3 Riptides are now here, and they should be able to get a secure kill on this Dreadnought, especially since the Akula sub, if it even still is alive, is so late to respawn. Goodbye, Dreadnought. He does take the refinery with him, so it's going to be a hit for a hit in that sense. 1 refinery for 1 refinery, but that takes DDF down to 4 refineries, and that takes Happy down to just 2, and surviving on 2 when you're late game can be extremely difficult. If you have to rebuild an army, it's going to take you almost literally until the heat death of the universe. Instead, if you're just building a couple of additional units and you've got most of your high-tech expensive units already alive still, then you're going to be okay. If you're just going to be adding on units with your 2 refineries, you're going to be okay. Getting a 3rd refinery and adding on those high-tech expensive units is also going to be difficult, but Happy hasn't lost a whole lot, so he's going to be okay. He's going to be able to recover nicely. Refinery going to be coming back up right now, so he's back up to those 3 refineries. And if it comes to rebuilding armies, it's definitely going to be favoring DDF. Twin Blades posturing just outside of Happy's base, taking a little bit of damage from those IFVs. One of them is fully heroic, doing some flame damage to that Twin Blade, sending it so low in health that it catches fire. Did he ever get a crane? He did. He got a crusher crane. Oh yeah, he had that earlier with the Cryo Blast. And it's healing up that Hammer Tank. So he does have the free repairs. He can get his aircraft units all healed up. Vindicator coming in for a kill on a V4. And that's a fully heroic Vindicator, so it does extra damage. 2 V4s have been produced. It looks like only one of them is currently alive, and this is a huge line of Hammer Tanks. So it comes down to it. He can survive for a good long time. Well, one harvester is going to be going down. He's going to try and stand and fight, but these Twin Blades are no match for this many IFVs. A critical mistake there for DDF. I don't think he needed to cycle out those Twin Blades. I think they're still useful. I don't know that he needed to suicide them there in that situation. If he could have gotten all of the IFVs, maybe it's worth it, because that's the majority of the mobile anti-air for Happy. But in this case, not really worth it. No additional Dreadnought, just V4s, and these V4s have that the split bomb right now, so they're not going to be able to kill that Athena cannon. Not even efficiently, but even at all. Naval Yard does go down. It's currently under construction, it looks like, and it may actually end up getting canceled because of its proximity to that refinery. It does barely survive. He's going for the splash, but the splash is doing literally nothing against this Athena cannon. Cryocopter's also here to shrink down those V4s. It's 4 V4s versus 1 Athena cannon. This is where having the lower economy of Happy has really started to hurt him. He needs to do something to carve back some of this advantage. He kills 2 bullfrogs. That's not the advantage he's looking for. He needs to cut down the V4 numbers so that they're more in line with his Athena cannon numbers. Should be another Athena cannon popping out soon. Yeah, he does get 1 there. Those trees are not trees. Don't let them fool you. That is 6 Mirage tanks. That is a lot of Mirage tank power. You can cut through so many hammer tanks that way. Looks like maybe 2 V4s ended up going down. How are you going to break the front line? The answer is Kirovs. It would be kind of great if we saw a spy go for the infect and then kill the Kirovs directly out of the sky. Would be pretty insane. That multi-gunner turret was aimed up at the Kirov, but then a Peacekeeper jumped inside of it and it was still pointing up like he was going to shotgun blast the Kirov. The first Kirov absorbing a lot of damage, which means the second one is going to be nearly full health by the time he gets to these buildings, and this is how DDF wants to break Happy's front line. He's going to take down the War Factory. He takes down the power plant as well, but for now the IFV still stand strong. Slowly but surely, the Soviet army marches forward, and this Kirov is going to be able to get the kill on maybe this power plant, but that is going to be it. Chronosphere now out on the field for Happy, and he gets the power plant with the dying body of that Kirov. Black Troopers here to absorb a couple of rounds of damage and do a little bit. 1 does go down, 1 Mirage tank that is, but a Cryoblast is going to guarantee the kill of every single V4. The artillery has been wasted. Nope, 1 actually does survive all the way in the back there, but now the hammer tanks are going to march on forward, and I don't know that Happy has the strength to hold this off. I don't know that Happy has the ability to keep this army back. He's going to have to hold off on the low ground. He may be able to do it with the cryocopters. There's actually going to be a proton collider alongside the chronosphere, alongside the Iron Curtain, which is just now up. This refinery will go down, but he's taking so much damage from the back end. The refinery actually survives. The income is untouched, and the cryocopters are unmatched in the sky. There's no MiGs. There's no bullfrogs here, DDF. What happened to his army? It got slaughtered earlier on. A vacuum imploder is the choice. The refinery goes down. The MCV moves back up to the high ground. But an army mistake, DDF. He literally had no anti-air. His entire army got overwhelmed because of a critical misstep in his counter situation. Producing now twin blades. 4 bullfrogs out on the field. With no ability to counter the cryocopters, you allow the allied player not free reign, but an ability to do so much with so little. 3 cryocopters will take your Soviet army, which costs so much, and will send it straight to the grinder. It's just useless. He's going to be able to break you with like 2,000 credits worth of units, your 10,000 credit army. He's going to be able to break no problem. He did pick up, I guess that's a Mirage tank gun? Yeah, it looks kind of funky on there. It's so square. And maybe a couple of other things. He's got like a little flak cannon, maybe from an IFV. Yeah, So a couple of upgrades on those hammer tanks. Not a big deal, though. Happy. I don't know that he has the V4 advantage anymore, the Mirage tank advantage. Yeah, it's going to be 3 V4s versus the Mirage tanks. Now, of course, if the V4s are set on split, or if they get shrunk down, then they won't be able to kill the Athena cannons quickly. I think I said Mirage something earlier. That is not the right thing. Another Kirov out on the field. 1 V4 goes down, but he's using the split bomb, so nothing happens. Natasha going to be going for a snipe. Gets the snipe on 1 Athena cannon, the heroic one in the back there, which means the Peacekeeper jumps inside of it and removes that heroic status. That's a great move by DDF. That's not a game-winning move in its own right, but that is a great move. 1 Kirov, I'm afraid, won't actually do anything. A little bit of a scroll problem there. The second Kirov is not on the way, so this first Kirov is just going to absorb a lot of damage, but the Allied army is just going to reverse move away from it, and it's going to do almost literally nothing. It's going to buy space. But I fear that space is not the thing that is going to allow DDF to win this game. There's 2 Kirovs, but yeah, that did almost literally nothing. Tesla Coil now on the way. The first one gets dropped. It gets eliminated. Iron Curtain and Chronosphere both on the way. Tanya could be packed up inside of a Riptide and then used to dismantle a lot of this infrastructure. I mean, check this out. Tanya there. Bam, 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 bam. Nail all of that stuff. I'm not sure what that Athena cannon was targeting way the heck down there. Riptide's going to be the response. And the slow move forward. Another Kirov down. DDF desperately miscontrolling his units, making bad moves on a strategic level. That's going to be 4 hammer tanks fully iron curtained, and they could just be chronosphered out onto the water. But no. He's going to be moving forward. He's going to get a lot of kills on Mirage Tank after Mirage Tank. If he gets the Athena Cannons, then Happy is almost certainly broken. He's going to be going for the kill on the Athena Cannons now, directly stepping forward. But there goes the Iron Curtain, which means this army is going to get shredded, especially with the Cryocopters here, guaranteeing the kill, stopping the retreat, almost dead in its tracks. But the one with the Mirage Tank cannon does survive. The satellite's going to be forcing the army to pull back, forcing the army to disengage, and they will get the kill on nothing. Not even the splash damage on the MCV. Twin Blades and MiGs over to the right side of the map. They're going to be going for the kill on the Harvester. This is a great hit and run tactic. Just do the damage to the Harvester and then get out of dodge. You don't need to stick around and kill the refinery. Just kill a bunch of Harvesters. Hey, if you can get the kill on a couple of multi-gunner turrets as well, why not? Gets $450 cash back for that. So I think he lost a MiG, but that almost, is half the price of the MiG. So there you go. You get a little bit of cash back. You get a little bit of advantage, and your opponent has to spend $2,000 rebuilding those Harvesters. Then you fly over the IFVs, and you give away your Twin Blades. 3 IFVs will survive. 2 IFVs will survive under the protection of this Athena Cannon, but if the Athena Cannon goes down, then it almost will be worth it. Who cares if you're giving away a couple of Twin Blades? You got an Athena Cannon kill, and keeping those, it's down to just 1 Athena Cannon. Allies has less of an ability to force an engagement to get kills safely from far away. The Cryocopters are the only tool in the Allied arsenal now to try and be efficient. Everything else won't trade equally with this robust of a Soviet army. The Athena Cannons, the Cryocopters, allow the Allied army to be infinitely more efficient than the Soviet army. But without those tools, oh my gosh, you're just going to leave it exposed? If Happy loses this to a Twin Blade run-by, he's got 1 Apollo. He's got 1 Apollo and 1 IFV, so this is going to be a costly attack. If he gets the refinery, then okay, maybe it's worth it. But I imagine at this point a lot of depleted refineries. So yeah, this one actually makes a difference. 20,000 credits there. He escapes scot-free, so well done there by Happy. He gets the kill on the refinery. DDF too slow to respond. Not even from the high ground. He's got these 4-5 V4s up here. VFs, I almost said. Twin Blades going down. He gets the kill on another Harvester. But Twin Blades cost more than a Harvester, so the lost mining time is nice, but you're killing a Harvester on a depleted refinery. Everything is ready. Proton Collider, Vacuum Imploder. These armies are maybe about to get extinguished. And of course, keep in mind the Iron Curtain can keep some of these units alive through a Proton Collider blast, like 7 of these V4s. Riptide gets shrunk down. Going to be going for a speedy harass on the southern seas. Cryogeddon fires off. He's going to catch all of these V4s. 3 of them step outside of the freezing range, but they could just be targeted down. Yeah, they get eliminated by 2 Vindicators. Trades out with 2 of the Vindicators, or with 1 of the Vindicators for 2 of the V4s. And the rest of the V4s get busted and broken down by these Mirage tanks. Oh, man. These guys wasting huge amounts of cash. Akula Sub going for the kill. Proton Collider fires off, and the Iron Curtain, I think, saves itself. The Super Reactor survives, albeit barely. And this Riptide does also get eliminated. Chronosphere wasn't actually used. Iron Curtain was used. Vacuum Imploder wasn't used. So Chronosphere still could be used either offensively or defensively. Reactor coming back up. Catches a couple of Athena cannons in that mix, but takes out the power plants, maybe Mirage tanks as well. Yeah, actually, that was the majority of the army. Even the Delta airstrike, the Desolator airstrike on the Prospector, going to be forcing it off the line. And this is the moment, if ever there was a moment. There's 2 Mirage tanks still here. There's 2 Cryocopters still here, but the army is significantly weakened. DDF, this is his chance. Natasha going for the kill on Multigunner IFV, but Tanya steps out of range, trying to draw Natasha into the waiting beams of the Mirage tanks, not the Multigunner IFVs, rather. So that's Tanya inside of an IFV. Natasha could get the kill on a couple of these Peacekeepers pretty easily. Boop! 2 fully heroic Peacekeepers down and dead. Natasha steps back off of the front line. Time bomb. Gonna do nothing. Okay, so that is the Tanya IFV. We gotta keep an eye on that Tanya IFV. Once again, the moves repeat themselves. Ore Refinery over here, getting targeted by 1 Athena cannon. Twin Blade's going to be stopping that Prospector from turning into a command hub. And goodbye, Ore Refinery. Nope, needs 1 more blast, which it actually will get. V4s miss. DDF loses another refinery. He is really not confident that he can take this army. And there's going to be a Riptide with Tanya trying to jump inside of all of those hammer tanks, one to the other, but it doesn't quite work out. Cryogeddon fires off. It's going to catch a couple of hammer tanks, but there's going to be the Chronosphere out onto the water of the rest of the hammer tanks. A huge reset of the army there. DDF, he was so hesitant. He hemmed and he hawed with his army, and now his army is dead. Tanya steps inside of 2 of those hammer tanks and takes them down. Twin Blades get the kill on 1 Harvester over there on the right side. Oh, the MCV goes down! Tanya gets the kill. And I guess she dies there? I think she died inside of that IFV. I'm not sure. Time bomb next to these bullfrogs. One Athena cannon. That's all it takes. He's just pushing forward with one Athena cannon. Heroic, or not heroic, but invincible twin blades now on top of these IFVs. All of the other twin blades are going to go down, and all of the IFVs get eliminated. Iron curtained twin blades. You use the, you force them to the ground, and then you iron curtain them while they're on the ground. Got a couple of bullfrogs as well. So the armies have been reset. No one has anything worthwhile, really. Oh my gosh, these buildings haven't been repaired, which means you could almost suicide twin blades in and kill this armor facility, this war factory. He might actually... Oh, he actually sells off the tier 3, so that's going to be gone. And forced to sell off a power plant. It wouldn't have actually died in that first salvo of rockets. But everything's still up and powered. Everything's still online. Depleted refinery with no harvester. Depleted refinery with no harvester. Depleted refinery with no harvester. Literally no cash left. This ore node out here has 21,000 credits. But Happy can't harvest from it, and not safely. DDF is going to get the kill on the armor facility. Very nicely done there. Not even a sell-off to try and get a couple of dollars back. Happy has no money. He's bringing in 75 credits every 8 seconds or however long this takes. 10 seconds. So he's got no... Oh my gosh, he's actually held this oil derrick for an extremely long time. Both of these guys have held these oil derricks all game long, virtually. Time bomb somewhere? No, maybe not. I guess that was the chronosphere counting down. Chronosphere is now available. Twin Blade takes a couple of shots at those Peacekeepers. Peacekeepers, I think, going for vision. I think he was going to hope to catch... Time bomb! Vacuum Imploder is now up and running. Proton Collider has another 50 seconds. Maybe hit the power plants? Yeah, it looks like that may be what he does. Oh, if he catches these IFVs. Yeah, so he was hoping to catch the IFVs by drawing them in with the twin blades. And now it's low power mode. 35 seconds stuck there is Happy. He may literally never be able to get this Proton Collider out of low power mode. Just swing in and kill the refinery would be worth it. He may actually lose all of his twin blades. They're so low on HP. I guess the crane went down a while ago. What is that guy doing? Nothing. This has turned into such a weird, scrappy, low eco game because neither one of them has enough cash to finish the other one off confidently. Oh man, you lost your opportunity. He's going for it. 4 hammer tanks. Cryogeddon fires off in the middle of the map. He's going to catch 3 hammer tanks and a bullfrog, but he invincibilities them. He uses the Iron Curtain to get them out of that cryo blast. And 1 power plant is not enough. The 35 seconds is still locked on the clock. What is he going for? He's going for nothing. Where is he going with these hammer tanks? Is he going for refinery kills? I don't know what DDF is doing. Maybe he was trying to create space for his twin blades? There's the pack up of the MCV. He gets the crush of 1 hammer tank. The MCV is taking a lot of damage. The cryocopters are nowhere to be seen. Now they're rushing in. IFVs are trying to deal with the hammer tanks in the main base of Happy. There's another shrink down, but he gets so close to that MCV, unwittingly giving himself away as he gets the kill on the MCV with the twin blades. Able to finish off that MCV, and I think that'll be enough. DDF can build more stuff, and Happy literally can't. So if Happy can't win the game low power mode with the stuff that he's got, then it doesn't matter. He's selling off his refineries. He can't do anything with the money anyways. If it comes down to a base race situation and he's going to sell off the Proton Collider. He's got a Chronosphere. Twin Blades are coming back in and a power plant. If you kill the power plant, the Chronosphere is also useless. Cryocopters come in, but of course Cryocopters can't kill anything. Engineer is going to be the hero. He's going to try. Look at this. This combo freeze. One unit, then another, then another. The single Peacekeeper being the only thing that can actually attack ground. He's got IFVs, but they're being held up by the slow one. Happy. He's desperately looking for a win. He can't stop the Twin Blades. The Twin Blades are going for the kill on the power plant. Happy is going for the kill or the capture on something over here. I don't know if he's got any money in the bank. It might actually be worth jumping inside of the War Factory. He's going to be going with the extremely weak IFV, the Engineer inside of it. And this one conscript is not going to go for the kill on the Engineer. He's going to get the War Factory. Even just to sell it off, it would be worth it. Just to stop your opponent from building anything. He's actually got cash. He's got cash to build something. Oh my gosh, Happy has put himself back in this game. He doesn't have a power plant, so it's taking an extremely long time. He sent all of his IFVs back. His Cryocopter and his Peacekeeper. He's got 2 Peacekeepers. His Cryocopter must have gone down. He's going for the kill of the Twin Blades. Oh my gosh, every Twin Blade goes down. The Chronosphere survives with a bit of health. He gets out a Bullfrog. Oh my gosh. The Harvester is going for the crush of this one Peacekeeper. There's a second Peacekeeper and 2 IFVs. Happy. Has he actually done it somehow, some way? The Bullfrog blocking the pathing of the Peacekeeper, and then a Terror Drone going for the capture. Not the capture, but the shutdown of that Ore Collector. Happy's literally trying to kill anything that produces anything. Oh no, he loses that Peacekeeper, but now the Terror Drone can lock down. He can lock down that other Harvester. There's a sell-off of... Does he have a Naval Yard? He's got a Naval Yard. He's trying to produce out of the Naval Yard. The Vacuum Imploder is okay. You got 1 minute. There's going to be the Infect with the Terror Drone. A Stingray and a Bullfrog. He's got so many buildings, he just needs to keep them alive for a little bit longer. And he goes fully Iron Curtain on the Vacuum Imploder so that he can kill the Chronosphere with the Vacuum Imploder. He has to deal with the War Factory at some point. No, there's the sell-off of the Chronosphere, which means if he Vacuum Implodes, the War Factory is going to be hurting himself. The Vacuum Imploder with 20 seconds remaining. A Peacekeeper inside of this IFV. This Terror Drone slowly but surely is going to be able to kill this Ore Collector, and then this other Ore Collector is going to be there for the immediate re-infect. And the Vacuum Imploder with only 10 seconds left. The Stingrays out on the water. Going to be going for the kill of the War Factory. There's actually a Terror Drone that spawned. He's going to be sacrificing some of his own stuff to get the kill on the War Factory. The Vacuum Imploder won't actually kill the War Factory, but he will get close. He uses the Conscript to kill the Terror Drone of Happy. Happy gets the kill on the Vacuum Imploder, but he can't stop these Stingrays. I think this might be it. If the Stingrays can just come over here, the Peacekeeper is being added in to give a little bit of extra power to this army. Oh no, the IFVs get the kill on the Terror Drone, but the Stingrays are here. 4 Stingrays on the land, a 5th one soon to join. They're so slow on land, but they're so much speedier, and he's got it! The War Factory is going to go down, and that's it. Happy has been defeated. What a weird game. Big eco moves in the beginning into a very scrappy, low eco game. This game felt full of mistakes, full of problems. But man, was that fun to watch in the end. DDF barely able to make it happen. Down to the absolute wire between these two. Thank you all very much for watching, and this is Sybert signing out.